FSN Radio. It's all about what's next. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and sign up for your free weekly newsletter. You'll also get 3 free reports. The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.
Welcome. You are listening to the Financial Survival Network. I'm Kerry Lutz, and it's August 5th, 2017. And it's time for another Triple Lutz report. This is episode number 423. We've been doing these now for 6 years. I'll never forget the day when I was in the gym talking to my trainer. She was Hungarian. She had a heavy Hungarian accent. And I said, I want to create a commentary, a regular segment on the show, a feature on the show, where I give my opinions on things. And I said, I just don't know what to call it. And she goes, you should call it the Triple Lutz Report. And thus, the Triple Lutz Report was born 423 episodes ago. Who would have ever thought I would still be doing it at this point? Probably more of you out there than do I. But nonetheless, we're here. It is time for another Triple Lutz Report. And, well, when we look at the world around us, it is utter, complete madness. Now, I just recently moved, and moving is something that is to be avoided generally. Moving really challenges your organizational skills, your financial skills, your interpersonal skills, your just ability to keep it all together in the face of potentially tremendous stress. And I'm pleased to tell you that 2 days ago, I moved. I don't have that much stuff. When I moved from New York to Florida, I got rid of about 2/3 of my junk. But certain things I couldn't get rid of, I wanted to keep for my kids, the pictures, my equipment, my office. I'm looking around right now. /studio, clothing. I had so much clothing that I don't know why I bought it all. I guess I was a shopaholic at heart, but I don't want to throw it out now. I spent a tremendous amount of money on it, even though most of it was purchased at outlet sale prices. But it's like my first wife used to say. She would come, bags and bags of stuff on a weekend and said, you're just not going to believe the amount of money I saved you today. And that's what it was like buying in outlets. Now I don't really have that much need for jackets and suits. Got a couple suits, mostly jackets. I love jackets. What can I tell you? But I'm diverging. I'm digressing here. So moving, all these challenges. So I figured out, other than the times I've moved myself, where I've paid moving companies, I've done it 10 times. And the last move was by far the best move I have ever had. And why, you might ask? And the reason is simple. If you're moving, more bodies equals a smoother move. Normally, you get 2-3 guys in a truck, and they take a long time to get your stuff out because they have to wrap the furniture, they shrink wrap it, they put cushioning on stuff, and then it takes them, even longer to unload it because they're tired. But what happened here was purely fortuitous. I'd used this moving company before. They were really great. And because it's been raining in Florida a lot during the afternoons, this screws up moves. So the guy told me, Anthony, it's A1 movers in Florida, in Palm Beach County. They were absolutely sensational. So Anthony says, I'll try to send a 4th guy over. Because of the rain, they sent 5 people over. And they got there at 9:05, and by 11:30, all of my stuff was on the truck. And I mean, they were going so fast, I couldn't even believe it. They were also fighting the weather. But because there were 5 people, none of them got overly tired. And then we get to my new home at roughly 12:30, and by 3:30 in the afternoon, everything was unloaded. It took them longer to get everything situated here because it's 2 floors. I was coming from 1 floor. I always prefer a 1-story home, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And I should tell you that due to Mike Gazzola's real estate methods that I learned, his course, I effectively lived rent-free for the past 2 years in the home that I purchased. Now I'm a little further south in Palm Beach County. I'm renting a home. I want to see if I like the area. Eventually, I'll buy another distressed property or nearly distressed, and I will repeat the process of fixing it up. And like Mike says, you make the money on the buy. So the key here, the key takeaway from the move is have 2 more people than you think you need for the move, and it's going to go much, much easier. And can't emphasize that enough. It's really, really important that when you're moving, you have more than adequate personnel. What are the guys going to cost you for, if they pay them $15 an hour, you're looking at $120. If they mark it up to $150, you spend an extra $200-$300. Totally worth it. So, interesting. We've got the question of, do businesses need foreign workers? And Martha's Vineyard is finding this out. This is from MSN.com. And Jamaicans and other foreign workers have long been welcome to the upscale tourist haven of Martha's Vineyard. That's where Obama vacations, the Clintons vacation. It's a cool place. And they clean hotel rooms, wait tables, and mix fudge. But this year, many businesses had to come up with an alternative. They got a shortage of foreign laborers, so local restaurants have reduced hours of operation or pared back menus. Managers are cleaning hotel rooms, and laundry is piling up in at least one restaurant. This is a disaster. And the problem is a scarcity of H-2B visas used to bring foreign seasonal workers to the U.S., and it's affected many resorts around the country that depend on such workers, places like Alaskan fisheries. Isolated locations such as Martha's Vineyard, it has a tiny year-round population. You can only get there by ferry or plane. They are particularly vulnerable. And look, Trump is pressing to restrict both illegal and legal immigration, citing the need to boost prospects, to boost the potential for Americans. And so Martha's is a small-scale, real-time experiment. Now, look, I was there roughly 37 years ago. They didn't have so many foreign workers. Most of the guys that did the jobs there were Americans and women, waitresses, waitstaff, cleaning. So somehow they figured out that it was cheaper, I think, to get these foreign workers in and then basically exploit them because there's no labor laws or anything that apply to them. They give them a stipend. They don't have to pay unemployment insurance. They don't have to pay anything. These seasonal workers who are Americans, they have to pay all these taxes. So, of course, you're going to go for the H-2B workers. This program was established in 1952 to attract guest workers for what they call non-agricultural seasonal jobs for which Americans aren't available. And they've proven appealing to businesses in beach resorts and ski areas who've got also landscapers, fisheries, but this program gets abused. People come here under this program and then they overstay their visas. All these things happen. So all this underscores the difficulty of employees. If you're in business, all right, you know that the hardest problem you have is employees, getting the right employees, finding them. I mean, it is a nightmare. And there's a service out there, a website that makes it so much easier. You're going to be amazed. It's called ZipRecruiter. And ZipRecruiter is different because with ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites with just a click. And then their powerful technology takes over and it matches the right people to your job better than anyone else. And this is why ZipRecruiter is different. Unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend upon candidates finding you. It actually finds them for you. And in fact, over 80% of the jobs posted on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in just 24 hours or less, sometimes immediately. No sooner do you post the job and they start coming in. And you don't have to juggle emails or calls to the office. All you do is screen, rate, and manage candidates all in one place with ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use dashboard. It's a work of technological excellence, their site. So look, if you want to find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes to find the most qualified candidates with near immediate results, it's simple. As a member of the FSN community, you can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. You heard that right, free. Just go over to ZipRecruiter.com/Lutz. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/Lutz. Sign up today, set up your account. It's really easy from that point. Simple to use website, amazingly powerful, ziprecruiter.com/Lutz. And then you're not going to have to worry about H-2B visa people. You're going to get the right people right when you need them. ziprecruiter.com/Lutz. Go there today. So we've got amazing things happening. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, they are out to get her. I mean, they want a scapegoat for losing the election last year, for Hillary losing. And Debbie, she was head of the DNC. She's been a member of Congress forever. My sister knew her. She was a lot different when she started out. Talk about you give a little person with meager skills and resources a lot of power. You wind up with Debbie Wasserman Schultz. So they are out to get her now. She's going to be primaried. The party has lost faith in her. And then the A1 security espionage case that she just kept paying these guys after they knew they were pretty much Pakistani spies. And then the guy tries to bolt the country and pull all his money out, Imran A1. And what happens? They arrest him. And she had been paying them, though, paid them millions of dollars. So the theory is that perhaps they were being blackmailed by these brothers, the Amron brothers. I'm sorry, not A1, Amron. And you know what? She's going to get her just results, her just rewards. That's for sure. So just happened the other day, federal judge ordered State Department to search for Clinton's Benghazi emails. I mean, it's about to hit the fan. There's so many players involved here. The state found 348 Benghazi-related messages or docs that were sent out, but there are more. So this is thanks to our friends at Judicial Watch, Larry Klayman. He's really been on this from the get-go. And, it's amazing when you can't count on the government to do its job, then you got to count on these private watchdogs. You don't always know what their motivation is. But one thing I can say about Judicial Watch, go there, judicialwatch.org, and Larry Klayman, is their equal opportunity. They sued the Bush administration for Freedom of Information law requests that were dishonored wrongfully. They did it even more with Obama because he was a wannabe dictator, and they wanted to do everything in the dark, and they withheld and they did lots of illegal stuff. I hope that the Trump administration is more transparent and doesn't allow this to happen. So, hey, now on to North Korea. Things are heating up there. I predict that this is going to be a very positive outcome for the price of gold. And that's not to say I'm happy about it. I'm not. But I believe that really they've got to be dealt with. They are a threat to their neighbors. They're now a threat to the U.S. with their intercontinental ballistic missiles. How accurate they are, Ivan Eland and I can argue about. But the fact is, they got to be dealt with. I think Trump is the one to do it. If he can somehow solve this problem without coming to fisticuffs, he should get a Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not convinced that he's going to be able to do it. But look, if he can do it, my hat's off to him. I think China holds all the cards here. If they want war, then they'll have it, but it's going to be a trade war with them. Some have speculated, like the conservative treehouse.com, that this is really a shot across China's bow or so with a trade war, that we're not going to go to war with North Korea, that we're really just maneuvering to cut China's surplus with the U.S., make them take more U.S. goods, make them stop copyright and patent theft, trademark theft. I mean, it's rampant when you go there. But I will tell you this, they have done a lot on that score. When I went to China, we went to Shanghai after our trip to the industrial city of Yiwu, and they weren't selling knockoffs openly anywhere. In Yiwu, they had a market at night that sold knocked off watches. That's the one thing I refuse to ever buy, a knockoff of a collectible watch or an expensive designer watch. I won't do it. I think it's I don't know. I just know it's fake. I don't like knockoffs. So we go into this huge market in Shanghai, and there's all sorts of products there. Everything looks cool. And then we go downstairs and we see this lady in a stall, and she gives the Mike and Matt a hello. She's hugging them. She loves them. And then she pushes a button, and it's like that door in the West Wing that just blends into the wall, and you don't know it's a door until they open it. Well, she pushes a button and these shelves like turn around. It's like a secret passage. And we go into this room, which is really crowded because there's like 15 of us there, and I'm getting a little claustrophobic, and it's really hot in there, but like every high-end designer knockoff. I don't really like knockoffs, but I did buy some passport cases for myself and my kids from the vendor there. They were like $20 each, and they were Louis Vuitton knockoffs. And let me tell you, like, I'm pretty particular. I could not tell the difference with these knockoffs. They were amazing, the high quality, but I think they're phasing that out. Now, whether they steal Boeing's patents for winglets on airplanes or their patent for some type of composite materials used in planes or titanium, I can't say. They're probably doing that, no doubt. But they have made some progress, even if it's fake progress, superficial progress, so that our high-end designers can rest easy. But there's still plenty of counterfeiting going on. Don't let anybody tell you that the Chinese government is in a position to actually control everything its citizens do. We just saw last week they forced Apple to remove from the Apple Store a bunch of VPN applications. VPNs are virtual private networks. And what they enable you to do is if you're in China and you load it, you can bypass all of the security that they've done, and you can browse any website at leisure. And what was really interesting about this, I have to share this with you, is our product sourcing agent, Jing. He's got a cell phone and he can't get Google on it. He can't get YouTube. He can't get any Facebook. He can't get Twitter, nothing. And I'm using Verizon, and he looks and he sees the Chinese symbols at the top of the screen, and he says, gee, that's the same telephone company as me. And I start showing him Google. I start showing him Facebook and Twitter and all of these sites I could access, because the deal with Verizon is, obviously you're coming from the US. They're not blocking any sites for Verizon. It's really, really tight. Kind of amazing to think that I'm getting it over the same wireless network as Jing, but because he's a citizen of China, he can't see these subversive websites like Google and like YouTube. But because I'm an American tourist and I'm using Verizon through the same wireless network, I can get to anything. So we made a deal. We might bring him a Verizon cell phone at some point. It was really funny. I don't know if you've seen this, but Japan is moving missile systems, defense systems into central Tokyo. People there are rushing to buy bomb shelters, and U.S. citizens in Hawaii are told to prepare for a nuclear attack. But the South Koreans, they're just totally blasé about it. Like, hey, they've been living, I guess it's like living in Israel. You're with all these crazy people who want to kill everybody, and you just... I don't know. Every day is a gift. That's the way I look at it. And unless you look at it that way, then if it's not a gift, then there's good days and there's bad days. And kind of what happens is chance or happenstance determines whether it's a good day or a bad day. And yes, I do have bad days, but my bad days are once every month or two, and they're all self-produced. That's the thing. It's all in your mind. So you might as well expect a miracle, expect happiness, be happy, treat every day as a gift. As the actor Edward Woodward, the late actor, said in the Australian movie Breaker Morant, live every day as if it would be your last, for one day you are sure to be right. And God knows that's the only way I can do it. It makes every day meaningful because our existences are precarious. So I'm just not worrying that much about this. and it's over there, and they're threatening Guam and LA and all that. I just don't believe it's going to happen. But hey, who the heck knows? Prediction is very difficult, especially when you're dealing with the future, right? So just stay tuned. We'll be talking about North Korea more next week, but that's it for now. By the way, email us with questions, kl@kerrylutz.com. I will promise you, personal promise, answer all of them eventually. Might take me a few days, a week to get back to you. We're getting inundated with emails from you, but I love getting your emails. It really means a lot to me. So consider it me asking a personal favor to you. Please send us emails and we'll address them. Oh, Twitter feed's @KerryLutz. The Facebook page is Financial Survival Network. And that's it for now. This has been another Triple Lutz Report. Kerry Lutz signing off.
FSN Radio. It's all about what's next. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and sign up for your free weekly newsletter. You'll also get 3 free reports. The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.